Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Bring Back the Love Conversations, a conversation about love, romance, and R&B. I'm your host this evening, A'ta2tru. Great to be here with y'all on another Friday night, you know what I'm saying? And we are here with another special guest this week. Really excited to have this sister on, A'ta2tru. Thank you so much for being on the program with us this evening. How you doing this night?
Blessed by the best.
That's what I'm
Blessed
talking
by the
about.
best. Yes.
I love that. I love that vibe already. Love that
Yes,
vibe
sir.
already.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
I'm
indeed.
living for my father right now. God doing great things and just moving right along with it. He say go up, I'm going up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. Move out.
I'm
He move, when he move, we move just like that.
just like that.
A little ludicrous reference for everybody, you know what I mean? So yeah, so thank you so much for being on the platform and agreeing to do this. You know, like you were one of the people who like jumped at the opportunity, and I definitely appreciate you for being a part of this.
Yes, I've watched you for some time now, so we vibe.
Yeah,
Back in the day, just sending beautiful messages throughout the nation, letting everybody know, there's love out here.
that's right.
God ain't forgot us. He ain't left us yet, baby.
That's right. Absolutely. So, we're gonna start this conversation off reminiscing a little bit. I mean, you may have had an instance or two where this might apply, but just kind of sort of thinking about meeting somebody for the first time, not knowing much about them. Um, if you can describe a time where you met somebody and like they just had something different about them, something new, something special that just kind of sort of jumped off the page, maybe more than anybody you may have met before or after that person. You know what I'm saying? So if you can recall a time like that, definitely would love to hear that story.
Well, I'm just gonna be 100. I'm a little seasoned, so it's not like that time hasn't came a few times, and wish that person was that person. It is what it is, and your heart is throbbing and jumping, and all the butterflies that you hear about are actually, you're in that moment, and it's your turn. So, a lot of times when you really don't know how to approach that person, music always stepped in and said a lot of things that you wanted to say, but in the lyrics, it spoke everything that you felt at that time. So that's what made it magical for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So was there ever like a specific time for you like that kind of sort of, I guess, the music, maybe even thinking about the music when you met that person, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, was there ever a specific time that was like, this is kind of like that kind of gave me that feeling of that particular song right there. You know, like okay, I pick up what you're putting down. You know,
Uh, Yeah, well, yeah, you have those times, but when you grow up around music, music has always been around me for as long as I can remember. Um, my mom loved music, my grandfather played music, so it was always, around me growing up. So you see those things that happen when, you're at the reunion, family party. I remember distinctly there was I grew up down south, and there was a place that was across the not far from my grandmother's house, and I would go over there and play a lot. And so they had a, they call it like the jukebox. So the
mm,
jukebox would, you go pick out your song, and depending on what song was played, you you know, um, back to from Marvin Gaye, you knew something was going on.
mm,
A lot of the emotions that people were feeling during that particular time, Aretha Franklin, definitely.
yeah,
Um, those were some heavy hitters. James Brown, you knew depending on what the vibe was, that that was that what was going on at that time. That for me, that was a way for me to that I learned to read through the music and go through people's vibes and expressions and different things that they would do, how the music would make them react.
Yeah.
So, if it was a fast tune, you want to get up and get your jam on, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what Mama and them is. Hey, they out there getting it in. So you figuring, oh man, when I get to that age, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get out there and do my one too. So music goes way, way back. It goes a little further for me than just the one-on-one relationship thing. Those things, came along as time. You grow.
Yeah.
Once you develop those feelings, and
Yeah.
then then that music, yeah. And so you go to that person, you see that person that you vibing with, and the music is hitting just right. Sometimes the music, you didn't have to say anything, the music said it all.
Mm. Mm. That's a bar right there. You spitting.
All the time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. That's you captured exactly like the essence of this whole part of the limited series. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like the song is really kind of sort of the song that like inspired this part of the series called Something New. Like,
Mhm.
that's really what it kind of sort of captures. Like, sometimes the music says it all. Sometimes the music kind of sort of is the guiding light of sorts, especially, at those parties or at those particular events where it's like it's almost like an icebreaker in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
When you may
yeah.
not be able to say it, the music just kind of sort of communicates through you and through that other person and just kind of sort of brings you closer to that person. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is. It's that particular song the OJ's made. Um, for me, a family reunion. You knew it was going down. And then you're listening to the lyrics and the way, the passion that he put into what it was he was saying. You felt that, especially, you run up on your auntie, you haven't seen him in years, you haven't touched grandma in a few years, and that one song pop on, all that. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
You tears is your emotions is gonna come out.
absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. So, let's stay there for a second with the music.
Hmm.
'Cause it's going to be a little bit of a jump around, out the order. You know what I'm saying? I'm a type of person, I believe in going with the flow of the conversation. So, I mean, you mentioned quite a few artists there, like some artists that I've grown up loving: Aretha, James Brown, the OJs, one of my favorite groups. Actually, the OJs are my favorite singing group all the time. I mean, you mentioned a lot of
Cleveland.
greats. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. They do.
Cleveland.
They are from Cleveland.
Hey.
That's right. Absolutely. So, other artists that like really kind of sort of made you fall in love with R&B? Like, I mean, you mentioned quite a few, but I don't know if those are necessarily your favorites, but like if there are any other artists that really just kind of sort of
Oh,
like just brought you in the door of like, oh my gosh, I love this music so much. Like, who are some of those artists for you?
I just had a birthday not long ago, and there was a song my mom used to play all the time, and I hadn't thought of this song in years. Oh my God, I don't even remember the artist, but it was and I thought, no, I'm gonna sing the lyrics like I used to sing it to her. She
Okay.
would say, well, he would come on and he'd be like, Mama, take me in your arms and rock me, baby. Now, years
Mm,
later, I found out that this man was singing, Woman, take me in your arms and rock me, baby.
mm,
Man, it that took me all the way back to being a little kid.
Yeah.
I hopped around, danced like I was that 4 or 5 year old kid. Just back then, just like I said, music for me is like a time portal. It time travels. Um, there was a singer I can't remember. You read my mind, boy. Wait, I wanna take you down.
Gregory Abbott. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Luther Vandross,
Hmm.
bad boy, gonna sneak
Yeah.
out the house. Um, he's got several songs, and a house is not a home.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, he has so many that I'm really tripping over myself trying to remember
Yeah. Yeah.
the dialogue, but like I said, there's so many that come to mind, and um, Marvin Gaye, what's going
Yes.
on?
Yes.
Um, Smokey Robinson, um, you really got a hold on me.
Hmm.
Um, let's see, there was I can't remember. Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman,
Hmm.
please. Songs like that brought me, bring me to tears, make
Yeah.
me happy. So
Yeah.
I'd rather stick with songs that make me happy. That's gonna jog those memories and keep them fresh. Anita Baker, always,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
just the best of the best. Oh, I heard someone say last week, great, great young lady, um, Will Downey and Rochelle Farrell.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
that's another great one. I mean, the list goes on and on. I can't. We'll be here all, the whole night going through my list. Like I said, I love music. I am music.
Absolutely.
If I
Yeah.
could rename myself, it would be music.
Oh, I like that. I like that. You name like all the great ones. And the first song was George McCrae, Rock Your Baby. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me write
That's
that down. I gotta
yeah.
remember that because that I hadn't remembered it in so long. It just I just lost my mom a couple years ago, so for that
Yeah.
song to come up, you know, just let me know she's still here. She she got me in spirit, my heart. She tapped right there in the soft spot.
Yeah.
Way back, that was me and her jam. It didn't
Mhm.
have to be everybody around. And
Right.
one thing I loved about music is that it um it had no colors.
Mm.
It touched anyone that needed to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
food for your soul for
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. Yeah. Like it's one of those things. It really is a life source. Like I can't imagine a world without music. And I can't imagine anybody who there is no music that resonates with them at all. Like
Right.
that's weird to me. Like if
Uh
somebody ever came to me and be like, I don't like any kind of music, like what? It just wouldn't make it just it's like it wouldn't register whatsoever.
oh no, I'd go into a whole nother conversation with it. Like,
Right.
how did you do that?
Yeah.
Um, is that's some type of scientific, study that definitely I'm gonna ask questions. I need to know how did you
Right.
escape not ever. There's no type of I think there's music for everyone
Yes.
in
Agreed.
every genre, every stage of your life. I think it's the best key to it's the best key to life. I'm just gonna give it to you. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the ticket. You want to know. You're trying to climb the stairways to heaven.
Mhm.
Listen to the music.
That's right.
God put it in the lyrics, and all you gotta do is listen.
That's right.
What's for you is for you.
Hmm. Agreed. Wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree. So, circling back to the newness of relationships, of love, like at this stage of your life, I'm sure you've had good experiences, not so
Hmm.
good experiences. Um, at this stage of your life, what does somebody who comes into your life in terms of them bringing something new, something fresh, something you've never experienced before? What does that person look, speak, and act like, in your opinion?
Now that's funny. That's a hard question. Um, what do they look like? Sound like? I would say a chisel, just a chisel of the great Lord would just do me just fine.
Mm,
Just fine. As long as you walk in that path of righteousness and you're trying to improve yourself better. I can't tell you what that person looks like. I can only say that when I am introduced to that king, I will know and
mm,
they will know me. And
mm.
sometimes it may be just through the music. It may not even be something that we say. Who's to say it's going to be um, on something that we say? Could be the setting.
Yeah,
Could be us just sitting there writing. I mean, I would love to sit there and come up with a, one of the greatest all time heart throbbing songs of the world. Why not? Why not?
yeah,
If it's gonna heal the world, it's just gonna help just a little bit.
yeah.
Sleep at night, that's important to get your
Hmm.
rest. Then yeah, I would definitely, that would be my mate.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. What's interesting about that is that the brother that we had on last week, that
Hmm.
pretty much was the same thing that he said, in terms of like at this stage, like one of the things that he said was when you're in your 20s, it's totally different. Your perspective on love and life is totally different than when you get
Hmm.
like in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, just older in life, because you've experienced more life and your perspective starts to change. And in fact, one of the things he also said was like sometimes you think about some of the music that you listened to at one point that kind of sort of sold you on what love is, or what love could be, or what love, is supposed to be. You realize that sometimes those things kind of color your perspective. Sometimes they can color for the best, sometimes not necessarily, putting it in putting you in the best position. But I think that's the beauty of like when you start like seeing life through a different set of eyes. Specifically, you start seeing love and life through God's eyes versus how we might see it, or how the world might tell us that it's supposed to be, because you start seeing people differently, because you start seeing people in terms of how God wants us to see them, you know what I'm saying, and who God wants to pair us with. That's why I felt like what you said in terms of you'll know,
Yeah,
like
you
it's
mature.
not necessarily, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not a specific thing or set of things sometimes where it's like you just when
Hmm.
it's really just that simple.
You're gonna have the same energy. It's an elevation of who you are and whom you have matured to,
Hmm.
where you stand, and what's your next goal, what's your next step. My thing, I love to help. I have a big habit of helping, so I'm learning to help myself in these trying times. um, I've learned that once you help yourself, then you are able to help others. So I figure if I help myself get a lot better than where I am at, then that's double the times of one of the people in the world that's doing something, in spite of just not doing anything. So why not empower? Empower
Mhm.
self so you are able to empower others. You
That's right.
learn.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think like in that way, like empowering yourself in that way.
Hmm.
I really feel like that's when you know the power that you have, when you come across somebody who could potentially be like your mate or your person, like they recognize that power within you, you recognize a certain power within, and you help each other to kind of sort of sharpen that power within each other, kind of once again going back to the brother we had on last week. One of the things that he talked about was the scripture, iron sharpens iron. But one of the
Hmm.
things that he pointed out was how a lot of times what doesn't get said when it comes to that verse is through discussion. Like
Yes.
you have to have those discussions. You have to talk about certain things in order to um help one another, like hone that power and sharpen that power and really make it something that is impactful, that's something that is God breathed in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I think like understanding who you are and then bringing that to the table, it makes it easier when you're relating to somebody else because you've already been doing the work on yourself. You've already been recognizing exactly who you are, who God made you, and it makes that whole process of interacting with someone a whole lot easier.
It's that, and it's honoring the gift. You're
Mm-hmm.
honoring the gift, and once you honor your gifts, you're able to come up with the perfect harmony. Once you create that perfect harmony, then you present it. You're not supposed to hold it
Yeah.
because it is a gift, correct?
Yes. That's right. That's right.
So a gift can be not just to one, but to many. So with that, it comes with the empowering self. Once you
Mhm.
empower yourself, then you are able to create with those that are alike. And when that time comes, if that vision is that strong and that music and that harmony is on the same accord, then there's the gift.
Yeah.
Pass it on.
That's right. That's right. Wholeheartedly agree with that. It's not meant for us to hoard it, but to heal with it. So love that. Love that perspective. So
I think Tupac said that. Time to be real with your people.
yep.
We heal
Yep.
with it. Okay,
That's right.
yeah. So it's like I
That's
said, there's
right.
a message through everyone. You can't single out one person and say that, oh, that person was magical. No, no, there's so much magic in everyone.
Mhm.
It just takes time to discover that magic within you. It gets better. The more time that God allows you to remain on this earth, it gets better.
Yeah.
It gets stronger, and you can create just like so much more. I'm just
Mhm.
excited. I'm excited. I don't know about nobody else, but God got me on one, baby, and my heart is lifted. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm here and I'm able to, do it through music, which is why I jumped in on, it's like, oh my gosh, yes. Music has created who I am today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a big part of it.
Yeah, that's clear. That's definitely. I mean, whenever you want to, whenever you consider renaming yourself music, yeah, it's serious.
That's me.
It's serious.
Hey, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
might not sound the best, but I swear it's in me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I
Yes,
mean, sometimes it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? When you got a song in your heart, that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that it's here, that it's the spirit, that it just resides within you and resonates and reverberates. In the way
it's
that it does.
it was me as a kid and sitting. My siblings were older than I, much older than I. So I'm the baby, and so I got left at home a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, my mom would play music, depending on what type of mood she was in or what she was about to do. Cooking and cleaning was awesome for us because we turned the music on, and it
Mm,
made it easier for us to just dance around the house, vacuuming and she doing the dishes and got the cooking going. You smelling all this good food coming out the kitchen, the music is popping. You like, oh man,
yeah.
she in it, it's going. It's about to be something. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so it's always been like that, and so but when I was sitting alone, those alone times, yeah, you come up with all kind of stuff. You you being alone is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you find out some great things being by yourself.
Yes.
And so with me, I discovered that, music is always with me.
Hmm.
It's wherever, anytime you want it. You don't even have to have an instrument to do it because
That's
it's
right.
always within you. So um, once I discovered that, it was like, shoot, it's going. I'm gonna make my
Mhm.
own songs up. It was like I never really, you don't, you hear it, but when you are saying it, these are things that you want said that's, involving you that you feel.
Yeah.
So how could I go wrong?
That's right. That's
How
right.
could I go wrong? It's off the top of my head. So, today is a good day. I'm all right. What you want to do next Saturday night? I mean, it's always there.
Yeah.
It's always there. So, I
Yeah.
think when the younger generation came along and they started rapping, it was like, okay, we had that too.
Hmm.
We had that too. I need love. LL Cool J.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it was music is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the greatest world for me. Yes, you can just put me in the land of music, and probably the happiest person in the entire world.
I'm
And
with
as
you on
long as
that.
it lives within me, can't go wrong, baby.
That's right. That's right. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Like, I mean, like so many memories, good memories. Like, I mean, you mentioned like being at home cooking, whether it's cleaning or whatever. Like, I felt like as a kid, music for me, like when it came to cleaning up, that was one of the things I look forward to the most. I was like, okay, the soundtrack has got to be right. You know what I'm saying? We got to have the right music on. Like, I mean, you mentioned like one of the people, it's funny because I feel like so many black people say this, like they always talk about you throwing Anita Baker, you knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
it's time
you
to clean up.
already knew. You already knew. Some Michael Jackson, some
Yep.
oh no. When my mom brought out some Rick James, it was something different. It was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
all the
That's
kids
my
had to
guy
go.
right there.
Nobody, everybody had to go outside. Get out.
Pretty much. Yeah, because Rick could, you know what I'm saying? He could get down and dirty with some of them joints.
Love them and leave them. Ooh, oh, it's like what? You're a
Yeah,
kid. Like what? What? When
right,
you get
right.
older, it's like,
Hmm. You got it.
oh, okay. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Rick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my
So
dude right there. That's
yeah,
one of my favorites when I was a kid. Like when I was like, I say probably about I was in kindergarten, like pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, where like Rick James like at the height of his career. And like when I remember Ebony Eyes, that was my song. Him and Smokey.
yeah,
Oh
yeah. They
my,
tore that up.
yeah, that was like my favorite song right around that time when it was out. And it was like, I just thought it was such a beautiful song. The combination, I would have never thought to put Rick James and Smokey Robinson together at that time, but like they just worked so well on that song together. And it just made me like really just appreciate his range as an artist. Cause it's like the thing is like he could give you the fast joints and he he get pretty raunchy with some of them lyrics, but then he could slow it
Yeah.
down and he could be like nice and smooth and romantic. Like I think that's the thing that made me appreciate a lot of artists back at that time, because even when they had the more, you know, suggestive lyrics, even then
Mm-hmm.
there was a certain class done with it. But like then they could give you the nice romantic ones that was like, man, this song is so beautiful. Like I want that, you know, like I want that feeling.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah,
That's what it would bring up to it, you know. At
yeah,
that time, it was
yeah,
like Freddie Jackson. My mom used to like what's his name? Phil Jeffrey Osborne.
yes, yes,
Oh, listen. She
yes.
was a big time Jeffrey Osborne fan. He
Yeah.
could sing anything, and she would, "You should be mine." You know, anything you want. You just be like, "Oh, anything
Yeah,
you want. You got to." Yeah.
yeah.
So the best thing about growing up around with my mother, she played all genres. So it was never like, oh, one type of music in our house. So it was
Mhm.
always different types of music, down to what's his name? Billy Ocean was cool. Yes, that was
Yeah.
another one. She fell in love with Caribbean Queen, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let me see. My sister, yeah, she was a Prince fan.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Me, I think I became more of a Michael Jackson fan. So
yeah.
Michael Jackson was like the fun. You could hang in, as in your youth, you can do Michael Jackson because he always had those particular lyrics that didn't take you out of your childhood, too
Right,
far.
right.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what
you
I
know.
appreciate about Mike too. You know, like
Oh,
you.
and the Isley brothers, we can never.
Woo!
I'm
Yes,
so I
yes,
apologize,
yes.
Mr. Run, Mr. Run, Mr. Big. I apologize, Mr. Big. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, it's
Brothers was
Uncle Ron.
big. Oh God, sorry,
Yeah,
the Ice Brothers would have to be for my family.
yeah.
That's it. That's it in a whole nutshell. I
Oh
gave you so
yeah,
that one right there was that mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge Isley Brothers fan. Huge.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, like bands wise, it's like it's Maze, it's the Isley Brothers, and it's Earth, Wind and Fire. Like that's
Oh, I
like
was just gonna say the
yeah,
Commodores.
and
Yes.
oh yeah, the Commodores, yeah, they fire. Like I've gained a newfound respect for Lionel Richie. Like over the past couple of years, I always liked the Commodores and always liked Lionel Richie, but like as time continues to go on, and you just kind of sort of realize like what they were doing at that time, like they were special. They were special. And Lionel Richie is special, you know.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
a oh, hello.
Oh yeah. Oh
There
yeah.
you go. You wanted a
Yeah.
song? There you go. See, you see how God whipped us all the way around to it.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
that was a good one. So
Mhm,
that
mhm.
was, yeah, that was like the little. I think I was like third, maybe fourth grade, listening to Lionel, but
Yeah.
it was something I heard my sister playing. And
Mhm.
you find your first little crush, that's your first crush. It's like, oh my God, he's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
When you ooh, and for that person to be in their head all the time, that they want to talk to you, they want to, it's a crush, you
Mhm.
know, they ducking and hiding and stuff, and you don't want nobody to see all your face flushing and stuff, but you throw that one track on, hello, is it me you're looking for? Something like that. Yes,
Yeah.
that would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You actually I'm glad that you mentioned hello, because you actually answered one of my questions without me even having to ask it, because what's awesome about hello is that it is kind of like that new love kind of song. Like I did. That's not one I even thought about, but it makes perfect sense because it's like, okay, like you kind of sort of wondering where, you know, who this person is, where they're at, all of these different things. And it's like, hey, I'm right here. You know, like I've been here all
Yes,
the time. You know what I'm saying? Or
yes.
you know, like
He said a lot. He said
yeah,
a lot in that song, and um, that's what got me as a young kid. Like, wow,
yeah,
those are deep lyrics. Like, you go back and pull them up. He said, "I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. You're
mm,
all I've ever wanted, and my arms are open wide."
yeah, yeah,
Um, oh, I can't remember the rest, but it was enough to be like, yes, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying the same thing. So yeah, that would be one of those perfect songs. Michael Jackson. What song? There'll be no darkness tonight. Lady, our love will shine tonight. What song is that one?
Lady in
Put
my life.
your trust. Yes.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, yeah.
right there, another classic, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hitting all the you hitting all the good ones. All the good
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
I told you. I hop right in. Like, yeah, me.
yeah,
Pick me,
yeah.
coach. Put me in the game. Put
You
me
were
in
ready,
the
ready.
game.
You were
I
ready,
can
ready.
do it. Listen, listen. We ain't discussed no colors or nothing, but here we go.
Right, right.
Here we go. You got your red on. I got mine. I'm just saying, it's all about God and the Lord
There it
right
is.
there.
There it
Pow.
is. See, we was already here. This was
Period.
unplanned.
Not scheduled at all. But
That's
here
right.
it goes. It's going like that.
That's right.
We in sync. We in the same. That's that music.
That's right.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So even considering a song like Hello, it doesn't necessarily have to be Hello. It could be another song on top of that. You know what I'm saying? But just boiling it down to that. Have you ever met that person that gave you that hello feeling? And if
Yes.
so, are you with them? And if not, do you hold out hope to meet that person one day that gives you that feeling of a hello or a lady in my life or any song that just makes you feel like, yeah,
I've met that person before, and for me, you know, that's what it was. But you can't control how another person, the music affects someone else.
mm,
No, I'm not with that person, and right now, like I said, I have a different relationship, um, in the spiritual. This is between me and my father,
yeah,
and I'm okay with that. It used to be a time where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be alone. But when those were the times I found that I was never alone. And I'm just getting to this point, like, um, just because that person isn't present, you don't feel them. God is always with you. So,
mm,
um, even though I thought I was alone, I was never alone.
yeah,
And am I looking to meet that person one day? I'm not close to it. I'm not close to it. Like, anything can happen. Like I said, it's not my decision. Um, if my father feels me worthy enough, and I'm in the best place for that, then that person that is of more, if not equal caliber, we'll meet.
yeah, yeah,
We'll meet and we'll know, and it won't be something that is gonna have to take forever. I Time tells everything, so
hmm,
I don't want to put a time frame on it, rush it.
yeah,
But like I said, if it's ordained by my Father, I don't have any problems with it.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
quickly accept that gift. Thank you, Lord. Come through, Lord. What?
That's what I love the honesty, the complete and total honesty behind, like your response to that, because I think a lot of times, and you've said this a couple of times during a conversation, in terms of being alone is not always a bad thing. Like, sometimes that's where the something new is, because you're learning something new about yourself as you continue to grow, as you continue to mature, especially as you continue to grow and mature in God. You learn something new about God every day. You know what I'm saying? When you are walking that walk
It's a
to the
different
point
walk,
where
ain't it? Mm,
it's a different kind of walk, like when you
different
when you
walk.
discover those new things along the way, those, I mean, I think it's easy to kind of sort of focus on, because this particular project I'm doing is an R&B based project, but it's a
Hmm.
love based project. And
Hmm.
you don't get love without God, as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's
That's the
that's the
greatest
start.
love.
Exactly. That's the jumping point right there. So you got to start with that. Then you have to then follow that up with the love of self. You have to get yourself in a certain place to, if that person does come along, when that person does come along, you'll be prepared, because God has been preparing you. You've been preparing yourself. You've been feeding yourself what you need in terms of knowing exactly what love really is. Because, again, sometimes when it comes to music, movies, TV, a lot of things that get presented to us, it's not always rooted and grounded in a godly type of love. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, a lot of songs, you can tell these were written by people who were believers. But then there are other songs like, maybe it's a little bit of fairy tale-ish type of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, but I think sometimes it gives us false expectations or lofty expectations that aren't necessarily in line with what God has for us.
Right,
So
right.
I appreciate what you're saying, because you're in a particular space in your life where, like, you're focusing on what God has for you specifically, because it's what's for you. And if that comes along, like, if a relationship comes out of it, then hey, so be it. But at the same time, like, I definitely appreciate the whole thing of not rushing, because one of the things that I find specifically with, like, the generation like right behind me, like, a
Hmm.
lot of a lot of millennials feel like you have to rush, like, once you get to 30. Like, why am I not at this place? Why am I not married by now? Why do I not have kids by now? Why am I not in this particular position of my life? And sometimes it's like, well, you got to do some more work. You got to love on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to appreciate the something new that's happening to you. You have to appreciate the something new that God is unfolding before you. And so,
You gotta
like, I ain't even mean to get off on, like,
No, that's
almost
fine because I'm with you. Like you got to
yeah,
get on your spirit walk. It's a spirit
yeah,
thing. It's like I said. Maybe I'll replace the word of harmony and just insert spirit. You get to that
mhm,
spirit and working on your spirit. You find the perfect song within your soul because your soul is
yes,
going to definitely sing out what it needs to express. And
mhm,
it has happened so many times, like even with Black History Month, a lot of our family members, they had to do certain jobs, and to get them through those jobs they sang.
yeah,
you know they sang their way through getting through that next phase of life. And to me right now is the perfect time to come up with you know one of the all-time greatest songs. Like, it's so
mhm,
much going on and so much is needed, but love is not that far away.
right,
When you look in the mirror, and know that to look in the mirror is a blessing because you awakened
That's right.
to make those right and left steps, to go and look into that mirror and find love within. When you
Mm-hmm.
find that love within, then you're able to share it with others. Other than
Yes.
that, you're pretty much walking a lonely road. Your spirit needs to be cleansed. It has to, you have to stop and take care of your spirit
That's right.
so that you are able to be with another spirit. That spirit, maybe that spirit has already did their walk. When
Mm-hmm.
you elevate, then you're gonna elevate where you understand where your soulmate is at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hunting, I'm not running, I ain't racing, I'm not chasing. We gonna get there,
Yeah.
and we gonna meet at the same time when God said it is time.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter, you did very well. I got a gift for you. You go, your king, and I'll be like, yay! Hello, God, what?
Yeah.
Help me, my king. Sorry, need him. Come on through. What?
Yeah.
Let's wait. We gonna hum. We gonna hum together. You hum high, hum low. I go low. You go high. We still gonna hum together. It's real simple. You
If that
take
ain't a
life when
clip,
you take life simple. Please be simple with your life. It's simple.
yeah.
When you start complicating things and you want to do all this extra stuff and add all these things that was not added before you were born, it's not the way it goes. It's one
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
When you are walking that path and you on that right track, I promise you. Oh, that outcome. And wait on it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. Oh my God. The longer you wait, the better.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet my king when he come through like, hey baby. I'm be like, yes, mine. I'm not worried about him going nowhere. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Y'all don't want nothing to do with that giant right there. That's all me.
Mm. 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 That's
I'm not
powerful.
worried. He's not
Yeah.
going nowhere. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about him, her, them. No. My God said that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm running. Let's go. Where we going, baby? I don't need no bags. Okay, let's go. You working? I'm working.
Yeah.
We don't need no bags. Let's go, baby. I'm
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
That's my friend. That's my soulmate. That's my partner. That's my lifeline. That is my man.
Mm-hmm.
There's your
Mm-hmm.
song right there.
Yeah. That is a song. The
Mm-hmm.
whole time.
Mm-hmm. I told you if I had to have if I could change my name, it would be music.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It
Yes. I
is
love
I.
it. I love it. I love it. I
Hello.
love it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this has been great. This has been fantastic. Like when I say you just brought a certain energy, a certain livelihood, especially talking about the music, but like even the parts like when you talking about when you finally meet your king, there's a certain giddiness you had. Like when that day finally comes, like yeah, like I
I'm
love
be
it.
like
I
like
love
Mary J. Real love. I got
it.
me a real love. What? Someone
Yes.
set my heart. What?
Yeah.
Y'all better get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
That ain't
Absolutely.
nothing like the classics. The classics gonna get you to the now.
That's right.
Sometimes you gotta go back. Gotta bring it
Mhm.
back
That's
just
right.
to go forward.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. You captured
It's
it.
not a bad. It's not bad going all the way back. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
you get to go forward, back through them. Ooh, let me go back through them. What?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
life is about.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. You drop. I'm telling you, you dropping bars.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I'm giving them. I'm giving them. My God said, let them go. You can give these parts. You can give this part. Cause see, I know there's more.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's more. There's more.
That's
There's more. There's more. Oh, but there's more.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, um, I always give my guests the opportunity. If there's anything that you wanna share that you may be doing, or you just wanna, give a final word, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity to, showcase whatever you have going on or whatever you want to share with folks about you, just to and if people want to connect with you, how they can connect with you. So this is your time.
Well, I'll say it. I try and keep it simple. Um, Life is full of ups and downs. What you do with what you've learned is your best, your best quality. When you want to bring your best quality and you are searching, go back into your records, check back in the day. I promise you, our family laid down a whole line of everything, of graph for you to follow. Love is real. Love is fun. Love is cool. Love is all of that. Give yourself time to know your friend, your partner, and then you'll know exactly how to take the next step forward. Um, Me myself, I like I said, I will always be in music. Eventually, I'll do some recording, and I have fun in music, and that's where you'll find me. I'll always be somewhere in the land of music, playing, dancing, and rolling around like the little kid that lives within myself. I love her, and that's the best key I could give to you. Find your inner kid. When you find her, hold on to her. Don't let them go. So what they saying? You too old to climb the monkey bars. Did you climb them? So did that age thing stop you?
Mm.
No. You put that in your head and you allowed it to sit there and fester. Don't let it fester if it's not fun, if it's not real, if it's not good. Get over it. Get up and keep moving forward.
Yes.
Um, you can reach me again, like I'm A'ta2tru. Catch me on the gram. I'm pretty busy. I stay working though, but like I said, my heart will always be devoted to my father first. In music land, I will always be, and my family is definitely a key that has gotten me to where I am now. I love my babies. So
Yeah. Yeah.
peace,
Yes. Yes.
Don
Yes.
Cornelius. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Peace, love, and so. Yes, indeed. Well,
This has been great.
yes,
Thank you,
yes,
AJ, for inviting me. I appreciate the
absolutely.
invite.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for, volunteering to come on, share your story about love, about R&B, music, period, your relationship with God, all of that. Like, this is really blessed my spirit. I'm sure it's blessed somebody's spirit out there tonight. And
I hope so.
yeah, I already know it will. I already know, what
I
I'm saying?
hope
So
so.
yeah, so I appreciate you
Namaste.
once. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we'll be getting in touch with each other soon, and
For sure.
who knows, might have you on again.
I don't have a problem with coming through. This has been fun. I had a great time with you.
I'm
We
glad.
chopped it up about some great things, great music, man. I know that, God has connected our family for a reason. So I don't question what my father do. I just go with what he say go.
That's right. That's right. Same here. Same here. So
Amen.
yeah,
Namaste.
yes. I'll be talking to you soon.
For sure.
All right.
Peace.
Take care. Thanks again.
No problem.
All right. Once again, that was A'ta2tru. I'm so grateful for her coming on tonight's episode of Bring Back the Love Conversations, which airs every Friday night right here on every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube and Instagram Live. Of course, we'll be back next week for another episode, so make sure that y'all stay tuned for that. Of course, this is all connected with a brand new single that I have out called Something New. Instrumental single. This is all inspired by 80s, 90s R&B, but just, good R&B altogether. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just appreciative of everybody who's been showing support of the single so far. So I hope everybody has been enjoying that new single. And speaking of that new single, let me 1 second bring up some graphics or whatever. Y'all can find that new single on my website, which is bammllc.net/music. You can also find it on my Bandcamp page, which is A'ta2tru.bandcamp.com. I prefer that you purchase, but if you choose to stream, you can definitely stream it on all digital streaming platforms, including Spotify, even though the Spotify logo is not included there. It is on Spotify. So if that is your DSP of choice, or maybe you're an Apple person, maybe an Amazon person, maybe a Tidal person, anywhere you can find digital streaming music, you can find me there. So definitely make sure that y'all run it up with the new single and everything. So I definitely once again appreciate everybody who's been supporting thus far. Also, there's new merch out. This is not one of my pieces, but this is a piece on my page where you can go to bammllc.net/shop batch. Let me bring up that banner as well. And if you're not already following me, I am on Instagram and TikTok at a.j.throwback. Also on Threads, I am a.j.throwback. On Facebook and X, I am at AJ Throwback. And right here on YouTube, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page so that whenever I go live, post a new video, premiere a new video, you'll be among the first to know. Once again, if you want to get merch, there is new merch on the page connected to this new release. You can go to bammllc.net/shop batch. And also follow me, follow the Batch brand on Instagram and Facebook at Batch202. Once again, that's Batch202. And on X/Twitter, that is Batch_202. So thanks to everybody who watched a nice episode of Bring Back the Love Conversations, or as I like to call it, Bring Back TLC. Bring back the actual love conversations and bring back tender love and care. So until next time, thank y'all once again for tuning in, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, enjoy your weekend, and I will see y'all later. Peace.